Hey, Wagwan everyone. This is Dutch. Welcome to my channel, Artwork by Dutch. I am the ADHD artist. And as I was talking to myself and I noticed that StreamYard had not begun, it was still set to let's go live. So I'm not certain what's going on StreamYard. I'll discuss it with you afterwards. But nothing ADHD related today to discuss. It's one of those good days. You know, we do have them, and it's very important to recognize that and move on. And have fun. I'm working on some comic pages right now, flatting them, getting it done. I would like to say, a big thank you, shout out to Mark Brooks for sharing one of my posts on the recent Fall of X, House of X, the Rise of House of X, as well as the Spawn Unholy cover, Trinity covers I did last year for him, or Triptych cover. We appreciate that, Mark. Thank you very much. I try not to take the artists that I know and use them to try to advance myself, because I think that's wrong. To a point. There's one artist that I haven't really done a lot of stuff, and I can see his point of view on protecting him on that, and I'm fine because he's my favorite artist, and so I might have just given away who it was. I have posted some things of his that I've done, but I'm not out there to try to ride his coattails. I'm there to show that I have the skill and this is what I can do. And for me, flatting is, again, the mailroom of the comic book world, and I'm just trying to get my foot in the door and to, work my way up. I do want to be a cover artist. I do want to be an illustrator. As I perfect as much as I can with my own comic, The Wayfarer, I want to be able to understand how to do panels and storytelling better. So my own comic is basically my working on that, my portfolio, my working out the bugs, the kinks of it all before I make that leap, that transition over. But I do thank, those artists out there, Mark Brooks, Shelby Robertson also, he always hypes me out as much as possible, and other artists that are out there and creators and writers that do. So I do appreciate it. On that note, we are going to Ink Medusa. This is actually one I drew a long time ago. I was looking through my sketchbook, trying to find pages, because I have a sketchbook that is pretty full, I think from 2014. A lot of things weren't good, but this one, actually, I liked it. It mimicked my current style, and I went back over with pencils and refined it just a bit more, pulling facial features out, etc. So we're going to Ink Medusa. So before we do that, please like, subscribe, and comment down below.
Do it! Just do it!
You heard the man. So let's drive over to my desk and let's get this started. All right. Don't know if you can see it or not. Nope, it's out of frame. So let's get Medusa in there. Let's crawl her hair up. Oh, I see what happened. So this is the Captain Marvel I worked on yesterday. As it slides away. And the Medusa. So I think we got some good lighting, but I'm going to turn the light anyways, just to make it hotter for me. Right now in Arizona, it should be cooling down. Sorry for the earthquake again. It's the camera rig. I need to find something better. But it's supposed to be cooling down. It's cooling down at night. It's in the 60s, getting down there. But during the day, it's going right back up to the hundreds, triple digits, which is unusual. But again, we're in climate change. And the light's not helping at all. But many of you know I like it hot. It's a terrarium in my house and in the studio right now. But basically, I just went back over. I kept the body as is, maybe extend the chest out a bit. But definitely worked on improving the face. So the rhythms of the face with the Riley method, how to just see if everything's right and refine it a bit more. But otherwise, this is a drawing I did according to everything else, 2014. This is stuff I had started to do when I was learning how to ink way back when, and also draw using the different Riley method, etc. And also how to flat comics. So, there's some issues here. I'm not certain. This looks like it looks like I'm drawing, I don't know if the can on the leg here, the thigh after the glute, there's a little muscle. So this is off, but I'm not certain if that's hair or not. So I'll make the correction when I'm making this. This should go by pretty quick as well. Like I said, I do have a page to finish. It's rather complex. It's one of those, and I'll wait for the camera to zoom in. It's one of those that is very complex. Character designs I kind of complain about that take a lot more time to do. So I do have tips about that as well. I will be posting that video on my Patreon. All the information can be found in my beacons.ai. It's kind of like a link tree. And how to overcome that, how to make it work a little faster. So I need to get in here because the pencils are light. Like I said, this is from 2014, so it hasn't been touched. And what I'm doing again is I'm just coming in with trying to have that same thickness line in the beginning. And then after I've colored it, done the additional hatch marking, etc., to enhance it, I'll then go in with the thicker line and outline it so it pops off a bit more in areas I want it to. So I think I might have done this one because 2014, I think that's when the Inhumans came out, right? Maybe not. Maybe it was later. But I did love the series. It had potential. I'm not going to lie. There were some things wrong, of course. Medusa's hair was definitely the biggest gripe for most people. Ansem was a perfect Black Bolt. The other characters were perfect as well. It needed something. It needed that Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. touch to it to help bring it in. But even then, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. started moving away from the current MCU or then MCU universe to something else. So they weren't even following the continuity anymore after the snap. And I think that's why I love that show in the beginning. It had so much potential, and then it just went, awry. And I think the Inhumans was the same thing. So, have the source material, they just didn't know how to nail it, and I think that was the issue. The acting wasn't bad. At least I don't think it does. See, I've been trying to figure out what to do, and it's kind of one of those things. It's like, when you start to find an artist you like, you emulate them, and then of course you try to figure out what they do, and then you try to find your own style in that, and then another artist comes along and you start to emulate them too. You like what they do. And I was noticing Richard Friend, he's been producing some sweet pieces, some sick inks, and it's like, oh man, I should do that too. Like with the Captain Marvel, I was thinking about maybe painting the entire almost all the background black, and then coming up with titanium white to spray as stars. He just did a Spawn one that was just gorgeous, and everything he's done is gorgeous. But I'm like, would that work for my style and what I'm doing here? I'm not certain yet. I'm trying to find that. I'm not that gritty image Wildstorm kind of guy. I do like clean, simple lines, and again, look at who I'm admire as inkers and artists, and you see why. So again, it's an older style. There's a lot of influences here. I think this is when I was watching a lot of Mahmoud on Periscope. I wonder if this is hair. I also too think when I did this picture in 2014, I'm not certain if I was doing the original Medusa when she was introduced as part of the four with pot paste Pete or whatever, and the wizard. Oops. Let's cut through this pinky. Now I wish I had kind of readjusted the hand. I know this is a little bit bigger than it should be. So it's 1, 2, 3. Palm, the knuckle ridge be here instead of all the way over here. I'll fix and post. See, I'm ready to join Marvel now. Fix and post. And I haven't seen that. I should have fixed this even more. So I'm just gonna quickly do this, and I'll fix this center line afterwards. This should actually come like right here. So again, I just randomly chose, one of the images I had sitting down on my couch that I drew. I think I did this one too because it was drawing the ribbons. So I was practicing that. So any anchor friends, if they're watching, if you have any tips, I am willing to listen. I think no matter what age you are, if somebody who is younger, older than you has knowledge of something that you don't have, you should heed it. Or take it into consideration, and then you decide what to do with that information. I'm not my parents' generation that needs to be shown how to do things technology-wise a couple times. Although I am from the generation of, if they're doing something mechanical, electrical, etc., I'll probably have to sit and have them walk me through it a couple times. So I guess it's kind of even. If my kids were to tell me how to do something computer-wise, etc., once, I'm going to catch on to it. I was programming off my Commodore 64 back in the day. All right, I'm adding some stuff that on here that I probably should just leave for later after I've filled it in. Tomorrow's going to be an interesting day. I'm getting a COVID booster, so we'll see if my arm is up for this. I have no idea who this person is that's calling, so I apologize. Easily rectified. All right, I did a little background, I think, here. So got my template, make sure I've got the right side facing. It's hard to believe back in the day, I think it was high school, we used to have drafting classes. Of course, I was an illustrator then. I was doing a lot of freehand, confident freehand, but the drafting teacher didn't like that I was not using my ruler. Thought I was slow. I saw the note he wrote about me in the garbage can. My father had to take care of that issue. I remember the teacher's name, and his name, It was an old 80s joke back then. If you know the name of Mr. Hunt, first name, then you're an 80s kid. There was also a time when, now I'm looking at this kind of looks like an Art Adams face. I do love Art Adams. Or Arthur Adams, as I heard him. Somebody referred to him from New York Comic Con. I don't know, I've always heard Art Adams, and if he wants to go by Arthur, I'm going to call him Arthur then. So Art, if you're watching, let me know. Still Master. Definitely when that long shot series came out, I was emulating him like crazy. All right. So there's Medusa. All wrapped up. So we're at day 20. We've got 11 more days of Dutchtober to do ink and everything. I'm thinking this is it. I'm looking for about 100 subscribers on Twitch. So if you're on Twitch, please subscribe. On YouTube, I need 400 more. It'd be nice if I got that 400 before the end of this month, but I'm trying to get it there by or before the end of 2023. So I do appreciate all those who have subscribed and those that will. Thank you very much. This has been fun. Catch me again tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel, same Dutch channel. And I don't know who we're going to do, who we're going to sketch, but they're good. I should show you the Dazzler one tomorrow and have you guys decide if I should actually touch that one or just, scan it and just do it digitally maybe, because she's fantastic. I'm actually, quite smitten with the character I just drew. So thanks everybody for joining me. I do appreciate it. Remember to, again, like, subscribe, comment down below.
Do it! Just do it!
Oh, and Lofi didn't play. So thank you. I appreciate it. Let's drive on out of here.